Alright, my captains, so today we are going to talk about the new Herrscher that we got at the very beginning of the year, and the fact that that might mean actually that we are going to get another Herrscher this year. So without any further ado, let's just get started. So as you saw, my captains, we already got another Herrscher actually at the very beginning of the year, which is much different from what we get normally. Both Herrscher of Void, Herrscher of Reason, and Herrscher of Thunder, all of them were released actually, or at least their trailer was released at July, but this time Herrscher of Sentience has been released actually on January, which is much different actually from what we normally get. And this leaves us actually with the question, are we going to see another Herrscher on July, or are we going to wait until the next year, January, or January next year, until we get actually a new Herrscher? This is a very interesting question actually, because normally what they do is release one Herrscher per year. This is a record that they never broke until now. We will see actually if they are going to break it this year or not. However, they release one Herrscher per year, and that Herrscher is the most broken Valkyrie in the entire game for the whole year. And then after a year of releasing this Herrscher, they release another Herrscher, and that Herrscher becomes actually the most broken Valkyrie in the game. So basically this is what they normally do. They did it for 3 years or 4 years until now, and yeah, basically always the Herrschers get released on July. If you want, you can check actually their trailers on their official channel, and you will see that all of them were released at some point of July, and they were always released on July. So basically, getting a new Herrscher on January is very interesting, to be honest, especially that it is on January. If it would have been on April or on August, it would have not been actually as interesting as getting her on January, because January is very long time before the normal release time, which means that we might actually get, after 6 months or something like that, another Herrscher, because it is already a half year time actually. So they might start giving us a new Herrscher after the new year, and then a new Herrscher after a half year. So basically, instead of giving us a new Herrscher every year, they start to give us actually a new Herrscher every half year, which can make sense, because they can actually give us a Herrscher at the exact similar time as they normally do, and then give us a Herrscher after the new year as a New Year celebration, which is going to be really awesome actually. However, this leaves us actually with the question, are we going to have any benefit of any other Valkyrie that they release between them? Like seriously, man. Normally a whole year is very long time actually, which makes us have some benefit from the other Valkyries that they get released after the Herrscher, especially the ones that get released after 6 months or so, because the Herrscher is going to droop down, and then the Valkyries that we get actually are going to go higher and higher, to a point where the Valkyries that we get are at the same position, or even better actually than what the Herrscher is right now. And that's why we get some benefit from those Valkyries for at least 6 months. However, now if they actually start releasing 2 Herrschers in 1 year, and the timeline between them is actually 6 months, this isn't going to give us any time to get any benefit of any other Valkyrie, unless they actually make that Valkyrie so broken like Herrscher. Which I doubt they would do actually, because Herrschers are known for their hype, and that's why they are extremely broken actually in the game. So if they make normal Valkyries as broken as Herrschers, then there is no point of calling those Valkyries Herrschers. Call them normal Valkyries, right? Like seriously. I doubt the fact that they would release normal Valkyries who are more broken than Herrschers unless there is a good timeline between them. As I said before, if it is after 6 months, that's going to be 6 months of dropping in power for the Herrscher, and that's why we might get actually a new Valkyrie who is a normal Valkyrie who is at the same position or even higher than the Herrscher, but at the same time releasing I doubt that even after 3 months or after 4 months actually of releasing a Herrscher, any normal Herrscher would be able to be actually at the same position or even close to a Herrscher. So that's why it is going to be really interesting how they are going to handle this problem, because power creeping is very big problem in the gacha games, and if they don't handle it very well, it is going to be a very big problem for the game, because if we aren't going to get any benefit from any normal Valkyrie, then why are we going to summon for them? And this is going to make actually the game lose a lot of money to begin with. For their business, it is going to be very bad, and it is going to become very boring actually when it comes to the game content as well, because all we are going to search for is Herrschers, Herrschers, and Herrschers. And that's why I am a little bit afraid of what might happen actually in the game if they decide to go this way with releasing 2 Herrschers every year, one per 6 months. This is going to be very bad for the game, as I said before. However, since I know them and I know that most of the time, obviously they are humans and they can't do everything perfectly, but most of the time they do actually the right thing in the best possible way, and that's why I have high hope that even if they decide to go actually this way and release 2 Herrschers every year, they are going to handle it in a way that is actually the best way possible for the free-to-play players and for the pay-to-win players, because this game handles actually the free-to-play players very well, and no one can ignore that fact. They are really amazing actually at that. However, as I said before, the power creeping is a very big problem in all gacha games, and that's why I have some fear actually of the problems that might happen in the game in case they decide to do that, because of the reasons that I spoke about. If they decide actually to release 2 broken Valkyries in 1 year, one every 6 months, this is going to make everything that comes between them completely useless. And if they decide actually to make normal Valkyries as broken as Herrschers, then there is no reason of calling actually those Valkyries Herrschers, because the normal Valkyries are at the same power, and that's why there is actually there is no difference between them. So all of them will become actually normal Valkyries, and the hype that a Herrscher has actually is going to disappear. And those are the biggest 2 problems actually that appears with the power creeping. So I really hope that they are going to handle it in a way where the normal Valkyries doesn't lose their benefits and they doesn't lose their meaning, and the Herrschers doesn't lose their power and hype either. Anyways, with that being said, that was everything for today. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so that they can enjoy it too. And if you got any useful information from this video, or if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe my channel and turn on the notification bell beside it so that you stay notified with everything new about Honkai Impact 3rd. And with that being said, see you as always in the next video of Honkai Impact.